Hey everybody, this is Lord Magicus, and this is the last round of Mono Blue Devotion in Pioneer. So, I am here once again with Bishark, and we are on the draw. So, let's take a look at this. I think this hand's actually not bad.
Yeah, this looks good. We got, you know, Oracle looks for 3 deep on turn 2, which is
This
nice.
actually is a spell that we could play if we need it. So, yeah, let's keep this. Breeding Pool. Oh god, is this going to be like another teamer deck?
Yeah.
Lovely.
Okay. Run it
Oh
back,
god.
see what we can do.
Fuck. This is a different person at least.
Yeah.
So here is the question: do we want to play Oracle this turn? I don't think they can't play like Nisa or anything right now, so maybe it's just correct to play Oracle.
Yeah, we don't, like, it's nice to hold up the counterspell to hit like a Wilderness Reclamation, but at the same time, if we do that, we're just doing nothing else for like the next 2 turns.
Yeah, we need to like set something up here. I don't think we need any of those.
Yeah, I think we say no to that one.
Okay, I thought that this turn would probably just be like another Growth Spiral or Uro turn for them, so... The problem is, like, this Disruption, like, is not very good against this match. They're playing Bant, so, like, maybe this is the control build. What do they reveal? Felidar Retreat. Oh, fuck me, that's scary.
Yeah, that new card is really good.
So I think we just... what do we do here? Attack into them first?
Yeah, attack, and then looks like we're just going to be probably just playing another Oracle, another look. Gets our devotion pretty high.
Yeah, okay, so this... Yeah, I don't think there's any reasonable chance that Disruption is going to do anything this turn. They already have 5 lands in play, so... Let's do this. Okay, Gadwick is actually really good here.
Yeah, I like Gadwick.
I mean,
We got
Thassa's pretty reasonable
6 mana.
too. Yeah. I think Gadwick is probably the way to go.
Yeah, looks like Gadwick. Gadwick can also find us another Thassa if we need to.
Play Retort. Or, I guess we could play like one of these Disruptions tapped if we wanted to, but it's not like we're hurting for land drops. Maybe just Breeding Pool right now. The next turn we're definitely playing Nykthos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think that... Well, if we play Nykthos and then Gadwick, then the turn after that we should probably still have other lands to play, so I think this is safe.
Yeah, I think it's good. It's a good place for Breeding Pool.
We're probably getting run over by just some stupid combo right now. Like Felidar Retreat, they might even have Scape Shift in this deck. Because like Retreat just turns like... Retreat is basically just the enchantment version of Field of the Dead. Alright. But things are starting to get out of hand very quickly. Okay. Yeah, and I mean, if they can easily play both things next turn if they find it, so... What are you gonna do? Just draw
Nice that he tapped out, though.
draw a bunch of cards, I guess, and just pray.
Yeah, that's good. Well, I mean, the fact that he's playing the Retreat and Uro and stuff, it's probably unlikely he's playing anything like a big spell like Ugin to worry about.
Yeah, but I mean, I think Scape Shift probably makes sense in this kind of deck. I don't know if they play that or not, but definitely, like, or Omnath could also be a thing. And I know that thing gets out of hand really quickly, too. I don't know, we'll find out. Like, you can pair basically any sort of win condition alongside Uro and Growth Spiral.
Yeah, well, that's a lot of mana, so we'll see.
Hydroid Krasis is not the end of the world.
No. Not the greatest play, but we could Baron, bounce it, and then Force Spike it when he tries to play it again.
That's true, but I don't really want to let... He already has 5 cards. I think we might be better off just trying to attack past it.
That's true. That's true.
The problem is I don't really have a good spell to play to do that.
Well, you can play Baron to bounce your Oracle.
That is also true.
Replay Oracle to find something nice.
Because right now I have 8 mana here with Nykthos. I could, like... Yeah, trying to think. I played...
Because you could draw the card off of... You can Thos Oracle, put a card on top, and draw it with Sailor. I don't know how much mana we'd have left over.
I want to keep up at least 2 for Wizard Retort, so I'm probably going to have to
Yeah.
shock myself with this Breeding Pool. Which means we'll have 8 mana, so I can do this 5. So I'm not going to... I don't think I'll have enough. I'd have to play the other Nykthos right now, and that means I wouldn't have up Retort for whatever nonsense they're going to do next turn. But I think that I have to, like, take this in the face for a turn and just hope that Oracle finds something devastating to put on top.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Tap down the Krasis, bounce the Oracle, find a card. Baron draws that card for us, which is good.
Tap down Krasis. Bounce Oracle. Replay Oracle. Okay, what do we find here? I mean, another Wizard Retort might be helpful. I don't know, maybe Master or Brazen Borrower actually might be the call. There's a couple good choices here.
Yeah, this one's tough. Instant Speed on Brazen Borrower makes so that you can tap down 2 creatures on his end step and put a 3/2 into play or 3/1 to play. I mean, Master would just ends the game if they don't have a removal spell. They are playing only white as a removal color, and I don't think that white has anything that kills Master, does it?
I mean, Master might actually be the call here, yeah, because well, the other thing I'm thinking about is, like, we have to make sure Krasis doesn't kill us. We're gonna go to 13 this turn, so
Yeah.
we have Sailor. We can block with Sailor, so that's also possible.
Yeah, that's true. And anything they play, even if they don't tap out, we could still technically use the disruption on it to tap down the Krasis.
Depends if they do it pre-combat, but yeah, that's possible.
Yeah.
Actually, we're gonna go to 11 because I have to use Breeding Pool this turn. So, okay, I kind of think that Master Waves makes sense here because even if they play like Felidar Retreat or something, and like sacrifice,
we can just go wider.
Yeah, actually, so Master probably is the way to go. All right.
Yeah, I like that.
There's nothing else to really play here, so I think I just have to go to attacks. Yep. I'm gonna go for Nisa. I feel like this is the one we want to counter.
Yeah, I like this for sure. Yeah, counter that, tap your 7/7. Not bad.
This feels pretty crushing. Felidar Retreat. Yeah, I mean, that's okay. Can live with that. You have a 2/2. That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, so yeah, like kind of like we said, we can just go.
Oh, that's perfect. That is absolutely perfect, because now we have something at flash speed to tap in their turn. Okay, so... Yeah, we just play Master here. It's okay. And tap down the cat token. Make like a bajillion things. I think I want to keep Nykthos up so I can play I can bounce something and tap something down in their turn. So I guess Sailor
Yeah.
here.
Do we play a land this turn yet?
Not yet. So I have the Nykthos up.
Because we could, yeah. So we could play this Nykthos. Yeah, that's pretty good.
All right, and we just attack again. That's fine. If there's something absolutely like scary, I can also activate Nykthos, draw some cards, and then hope to, if I need to find a counter spell, I can try to do that. But I don't think that they're like that's not going to do it. I don't know. Like I guess even if they play like Scape Shift or something, I don't think that's enough. I might even disruption my own Brazen Borrower and pay for it just to tap more stuff down.
Yeah, if they play Scape Shift, we can just bounce the retreat.
That is also a line. Good call.
So that kind of just turns off.
I don't
that
even
whole
know
play.
if I don't even know if it's in their deck, but like whatever. This doesn't scare me at all. Like that's meaningless. Yeah, like it. I don't know if it's in their deck or not, but like it feels like it really doesn't matter. Like, okay, sure. This is not going to save you in the slightest. You can't deal 18 damage to me and survive.
These disruptions are going to start turning on.
They very
have,
well.
once you have 4 mana, I guess.
It's getting close to that point. So, Uro, like, do I? I guess they can have an Uro. Like, that's not going to do anything either. It just puts them closer to the range where disruption is going to matter. So, then I can cast enough spells where it's fine. Like, we have like way more creatures than they can handle. So.
Mm-hmm. You may even want to consider, depending on the math here, I think that we're just fine as it is, but we can cast Petty Theft and then Brazen Borrower, Hold Priority, and double counter it to tap 2 things.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. But I think I might
pay the mana.
I might just let them attack me. Yeah, like this is pointless. They had nothing here, so.
Got it.
Okay, so how the hell do we deal with this? Probably Mystical Dispute is again important. I think.
Yeah, Mystical Dispute seems important. This matchup seems like one where Cyclonic Rift might be more relevant.
It might be, but it's also probably better to have access to it as the Wish board.
Yeah.
If we move it in the main deck, we're not going to be able to cast it with Granted.
Sure, yeah. That's fair.
Maybe the Graph Digger's Cage could come in, because I don't know if I want to Wish for this, but if I draw it, it might be okay. I don't know, like, it only really stops Uro, though, so, like, yeah. Oh, you know what? Maybe Ashiok has some value.
Yeah, what were they doing?
They only have, like, fetch lands and Uro that it matters with. I haven't seen them cast Scape Shift, but it could be in their deck. Maybe we wait until game 3 to bring that in if we see it.
Yeah, it's also better to have it on the play, that's for sure.
So I guess is there any, like, Skylasher, is there any value in that? Probably not. They have, like...
They have a lot of green creatures.
Yeah. They don't seem to have a lot of flying things. Like, I don't think we didn't see, like, sharks or anything, so... Which could be a thing, but it looks like they're on a more white sort of plan, so...
Yeah, no, I think this is better for us. Them not having, like, really good removal. They're just planning on just going bigger than we are, but with Master Waves, we can kind of match that, which is nice.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, let's find out. This hand looks fantastic.
Yeah,
we have Leyline, Nykthos, and Master Waves. Like,
yeah, we just want our 2-drop, so we got a couple turns to find it, and yeah, that seems pretty good.
It's not terrible either. So I can play like Borrower, then Master Waves, and then Baron, bounce Master, and then replay it once the tokens die or something.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, there's our 2-drop. Like, we're so good at Magic cards.
Nice. Yeah,
we don't need to do this
the combo.
Right. We can actually turn 3 Master if we want. Fuck. God damn you, fuck, I hate you so much.
He was bound to show up at least once.
I hate this card so fucking much. I definitely want Wizard's Retort. Whatever, if they bounce like Leyline, what, so be it.
Yeah, well, I mean, like,
okay,
yeah,
that's also fine too. So I guess I just replay like Oracle here, and then next turn I can Brazen Borrower, like bounce to Fairy, and then or like bounce whatever's protecting it, attack with Oracle, and then have Retort up. I think.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't want to use.
One...
I was gonna say I don't want to use Baron here right now to bounce this thing because it just make it harder to actually. Well, I may, right? Maybe I cast this and don't bounce anything because they are gonna tick this up. So like I guess if I play Baron here, then yeah, if they tick it up, then Baron can kill it. So I think we have.
Oh yeah, that's a good point actually. The power is pretty relevant.
I don't want to bounce this. Okay, I'll click OK to continue without choosing a target. This is such a weird like way to phrase that.
Yeah.
Whatever. So my plan is just petty theft whatever they put in front of Baron and then attack it and then have Retort up. Okay. Sure.
That's good.
It's a token. Damn it.
So we do have access to 5 mana, but we want to hold up Retort, so yeah.
Yeah, we kind of are priced into this because this Retort's not going to do anything. Like, it sucks that this is here, but we do have Master Waves to fight this in the long game, so it'll be okay. Yeah, I have to do it like this. Get the fuck off of this battlefield.
Yeah. Deals with that. That's nice.
This is my house. Yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Yeah, no, thank you. 1 token is enough, thank you.
So if we get a land next turn, we'll be able to Oracle and Master Waves, which would be pretty sweet.
Okay. Oh, I could have done it in the upkeep. That's a mistake. I should have put the pause here.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's true.
So maybe I just surprise Master Waves at the end of turn.
Yeah, we do have since it's 5 mana, we can also Borrower plus Oracle. Sets up big Master Waves, but see what we got going on.
Yeah, maybe they're gonna do it. Oh, Hydroid Krasis. That's only X equals 4. That's not the end of the world. They draw 2 cards off of it. Woohoo. Big deal. I'm gonna attack for 2. So I guess here's the if we want to put Oracle in play, this is a good time to do it. I think it might. Your plan actually has a lot of merit to it because then we could play like double Master Waves potentially next turn.
Yeah, I think that's pretty strong. It just gives us way more devotion.
Yeah. Let's cast this before this trigger goes off. Okay. So what do we want? Oh god, we definitely want Gadwick, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's look at the. So we have right now 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 8 mana. So right now, as it stands, we can just play double Master next turn, and that probably is sufficient to kill them.
Mm-hmm. And then if that doesn't work, then we have Gadwick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gadwick's a pretty good plan B.
Yeah, right? Not bad. And they're tapped out now as well, like.
Well, yeah, that's a good point. Do we do this now, or do we... I think there's a good argument to do it now.
Yeah, I think so. Not right this minute, though. Not in your combat.
Well, why?
Or I guess it doesn't matter.
It literally doesn't matter. Like, we can't attack them here, so...
That's true.
So, is there anything that, like, playing Master in my turn, like, lets them untap and do something about it? I don't think so, because we're going to play 2 of them, so even bouncing 1 doesn't get rid of all the tokens.
Yeah, they need to have removal for literally both. And yeah, this plays around dispute entirely, which is good. Boom,
Do it with the
bubble up.
trigger on the stack, baby.
That's right. 20.
Good luck. Good luck, opponent.
Yeah. How many lands do you think he need to put into play in order to do that?
Okay, sure. Growth spiral away. Making one token is not going to do it. This feels over. Maybe they'll surprise us, but Get's not going to do it either. Like, they would have to find, like, Shatter the Sky or something, and I don't think this deck's going to play it. Yeah, they just lost.
Nice.
Alright, well, we 4-1 this league with this deck, and, like, our one loss was still pretty close, I think, so I was impressed. I think this worked. I don't know how I felt about Disruption. We never really got to use this. Maybe it could have just been better as, like, a land, or even Glasspool Mimic might have been better. I don't know.
Yeah.
It might be worth more.
I think Mimic is a good idea to try.
It might be worth more testing with this if we're going to see more Teferi decks, but Mimic is also definitely a possibility in this slot. Yeah, but I mean, I was pretty pleased with this overall. Like, it still feels like Blue Devotion's got what it takes to fight this bullshit.
Yeah, seriously. Especially with some of this new stuff. I mean that deck at the very end there uses the retreat to try to go wide and tall, but Master Waves just completely undermines that entirely.
Yeah. Oh my god, like, so ridiculous. We just put, like, what, 20 times 3 so 60 power of creatures in play plus the 2 masters. Like, that's just gross. I don't think we got to see a whole lot out of Baron this time. We did get to bounce, like, Oracle back to our hands, right? So maybe it actually did something.
Yeah, well, there was like the two games where Baron was like we saw him and used him. He was pretty good. He lets make use for Nykthos mana and rebuy oracles. The games where he didn't do anything, we just boarded him out, no problem.
Yeah.
And as a 2-of, it's not like we're not getting flooded on him or anything. So
yeah, and
seems okay.
Skylasher seemed like it was fine. We didn't get to play against Spirits, which is really what it's there for. But no, that's okay. I don't think that the mana didn't really hurt us very much, so I think this was mostly okay.
Yeah, there was like one case where we couldn't shock him with a breeding pool or something, but I don't remember the details exactly if that was relevant or not. But that type of thing is not that big of a deal. Hinterland Harbor being a tap land in one of our games was another thing, but
it slowed us down for like a turn, but it didn't really affect it too much.
Yeah, so if Spirits is something that people are playing against quite often, then Skylasher definitely seems like a great card.
I know it's
otherwise
it's high on the list. Like, it's in the top 10 for this format, so
right.
It's probably worth having because Spirits is one of, like, the few decks that can actually reverse tempo us out. Where, like, we have a lot of tricks against the other decks, they can actually, like, fight back really hard. Mausoleum Wanderer is a bitch, and so is Spell Queller.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not like we have in this particular build, there's no tricksters to take the flying away and block with your like Thassa or something like that or whatnot. So you kind of need a little bit of extra help where you can get it with Skylasher, so that makes sense.
And I think I like this configuration of, like, Surge Mares and Fae of Wishes, like, in those slots. We did get to see against, like, red deck, like, the toughness mattered. It helped keep Devotion on the board and just, like, helped Master Crush them. So yeah, I was happy with those cards. I don't think I really missed the Merfolk, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's alright. We have the two most important ones here. We had Oracle and we had Master. So the Trader.
They do the heavy lifting.
Yeah, we had the Trader and we had, like, the all-time Merfolk King.
That's right.
So this was a pretty fun league, and I appreciate you helping out with the piloting this week. This was fun.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you want to shill? Do you have, like, Twitter or anything that you want people to check out?
Yeah, sure. I mean, you guys can check me out on Twitter. I mostly post basically only Merfolk content or Devotion content on there as well. I don't do any kind of streaming or anything like that, so there's no gameplay. But at Bishark_ is my Twitter handle, so you can check me out there. I'm currently working on new modern list that I was pretty excited about with using these new cards. Um,
Hmm.
I don't know if you've been checking the Discord, but I kind of mentioned that I have now a blue collected company in my in
Ooh,
my list.
that's neat.
So yeah, I'm really excited about these new flip lands. I'm playing 8 of them. 4 of Glasspool, 4 of the Umura Mystics. Um,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You also saw there's like you posted about sick tech with Teferi's
yeah,
time twist.
yeah, exactly. So you have this really cool ability to play your tap land and then suddenly switch it into a 5/4. Um, the list that I'm playing now, as I've been kind of like playing through the like the nuances of the new cards, I've been a little bit more high on Ghostly Flicker as my go-to flicker spell.
Okay, that makes sense. You can flicker more than one at a time. That would be cool. Or like
Yeah, so you,
if you're gonna play maybe more like other blinky stuff, like maybe like Eternal Witness or things of that sort that you might want to company into, you can get
yeah,
even
well,
more stupid value.
exactly. So in this case, I mean, it's just straight up mono blue merfolk. I'm not a big fan, as many of us are, with the blue one drops. So
Mm.
playing tap lands essentially as your one drop works really well.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Um,
We've done that in the past with like Fairy Conclave, but the spell
yeah,
lanes probably do
and it just
exactly the
helps you
same thing.
curve, right?
Yeah.
So same kind of deal. And by playing 8 of these flip lands, you get to play 22 lands, but also 32 creatures or spells. No, actually, just creatures. So you get to play like a huge density of stuff while
Yeah.
also being able to keep a ton of hands. If you have a glass pool in play as a land, and like I've had a game where I had 2 glass pools and I had a Master Waves in play, then you're able to play Ghostly Flicker and blink your 2 lands, have them flip and become copies of Master Waves. So that's kind of where I say the collected company. So for 3 mana, you do have to convert your lands into the creatures. So you do go down on mana, but since we carve out at 2 and have Aether Vial, it hasn't really felt like a problem. But yeah, I think that these cards are really impressive. And the Amura Mystic, while it looks really janky on the surface, if you are able to kind of make it a little bit more cheesy with these flicker effects,
Mm-hmm.
you get a really big creature out of nowhere. Late game, you top deck your Ghostly Flicker with just a couple lands in play. Now suddenly you have 2/4/3s or something. You know, like
Yeah, I can see that.
it's cool. Or Violent Harbinger of the Tides, bounce your creature, Ghostly Flicker, both your Harbinger Tides, bounce 2 more creatures. There's a lot of cool little tricks you can do with it. So I'm really excited to keep testing these new cards for sure. So yeah, that's kind of where I am right now with it. But no hard results or anything to kind of prove my point. But that's what testing's for.
There's definitely like the potential that like these flip lands are going to end up being looked at the same way companions were, in that they just break fucking everything they touch.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it already seems pretty absurd with the with
Well,
what I've
yeah, we
been.
saw one of the
Yeah,
decks we played against today was just like a deck and playing entirely flip lands. So
yeah,
there's
yeah.
obviously like stupid shenanigans that you can do with them that are. I don't know why Wizards enables these kind of things, but sure.
Mhm.
And the fact that you can now play more lands in your deck without having to worry about running out of gas, like, just kind of continues the fire philosophy trend of like everything has to either like be gas or draw gas. So
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
now your lands basically say draw a card on them.
Yeah, yeah, which is crazy.
So-
And speaking of the draw card thing too, something about the Mura Mystic, the 5 drop
mm.
flip land, is that it's a land, but it's also a merfolk to reveal to your Silver Gill Adepts,
Oh yeah, that's true.
and it's also a blue card to pitch to force negation.
Your lands
So
can pitch to force. That's so dumb.
yeah, so now the fact that you're playing, in air quotes over on my side of the computer, 22 lands, you get to keep way more hands, and then any kind of like flood reassurance that you might have wanted, like by able to pitch lands to force instead of spells that matter,
Yeah.
is really good. And having like your land be able to reveal to an adept is pretty sweet.
Being like a
So
4/3 flying for 5 mana is also something to do if you're flooding out too, which is kind of
yeah,
nice.
and it comes up. Like I've definitely had games where we're playing against either Control or Jund or something, and we're going into turn 9, and you just need like anything. So having just a random body attached to your tap land is fine. In a heads up versus conclave, it's
Mm,
like conclave is probably the better card, I think, if you want to be attacking um, with them. But there's something just unknown about these new cards, obviously, that we need more information on. But the two things I mentioned, like revealing the Silvergill and pitching the Force, has seemed super relevant. Something that the conclaves just they can't do. So there's obviously merit to either one of them, but
well, the best part about these two is the synergy they have with like the all time best Merfolk tech ever, Cash Raiders. Return the tap land to your hand so you can cast it as a 4/3.
that is good. But that's a funny thing, because that's also another thing to mention that we've all talked about before, is that when we board in our deprives,
Yeah.
or if we're main boarding deprives, you have the ability to play your Glasspool Mimic tapped
Yep.
as a land when you need it, and then in the late game you can counter their spell, pick the glass pool back up in your hand, vial it in to copy your lord or whatever it is that you need, and then all of a sudden your counter spell is drawing you a card, which is crazy. 2 mana counter target spell draw card is
Yeah,
pretty sweet. So
that's worth mentioning because like a lot of people have been like really opposed to the idea of counterspell in modern, and like I think now, especially with these tap lands, we've entered the age where counterspell wouldn't even be the best counterspell in the format. It would literally be deprive because it turns like it into counter target spell plus draw a card.
yeah, right.
And I mean, we
Yeah,
kind of had that with Mystic Sanctuary already, but like now it's even more egregious now that there's like a bajillion tap lands to pick up. So it's insane.
yeah, it's good. It's good to have the flexibility, which is nice. For a deck like Merfolk, or even a Blue Devotion deck, in a sense, is that where you don't necessarily need to get to 10, 12 lands and play like a control deck. You're not looking at land 6 and 7 and 8. 2 is enough.
Mm.
So um, the downside to deprive isn't that bad, and then changing that downside to upside is just even better.
Welcome to 2019 Magic.
Yeah, seriously.
Cards don't have downsides now; they have upsides and then bigger upsides. Well, this was fun having you on. I appreciate it. I hope everybody will go and give all of these videos a thumbs up. You know, and yeah, I will put the link to your Twitter in the description. Go follow them, give them some love, and yeah, thanks everybody for watching. And I will see you again the following week. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I'll figure that out when I get to that point. So, thanks everyone, and I'll see you.